Treading on thin ice is a figurative expression that paints a vivid picture of a precarious situation. It is not about physically walking on frozen water, but rather a metaphorical representation of being in a risky or delicate position. When someone is said to be treading on thin ice, it means they are navigating circumstances where the margin for error is minimal, and any misstep could lead to adverse consequences. Imagine a person standing on a frozen lake, the ice beneath their feet appearing solid at first glance. However, the ice is fragile, and the person is aware that it may crack or break if too much pressure is applied. In this analogy, the frozen lake represents a situation or context that is fragile, unstable, or potentially dangerous. The phrase is commonly used in various contexts, from personal relationships to professional endeavors. For instance, in a professional setting, a manager might tell an employee that they are treading on thin ice if they consistently make mistakes or engage in behavior that jeopardizes their job security. It serves as a warning that their actions are pushing the limits of what is acceptable, and they need to exercise caution to avoid negative consequences like termination or reprimand. In personal relationships, treading on thin ice could refer to a situation where someone is engaging in behavior that strains the bond or trust within the relationship. It could be a partner who consistently breaks promises or a friend who repeatedly crosses boundaries. In this context, the phrase signifies that the relationship is at a critical juncture, and any further missteps could lead to its breakdown. Additionally, treading on thin ice can be relevant in broader contexts, such as politics, finance, or environmental matters. For example, a government that mishandles a delicate diplomatic situation with another country may be criticized for treading on thin ice, as the consequences of their actions could lead to conflict or international strife. The expression carries a sense of caution and the need for careful navigation. It advises individuals to be mindful of their actions and decisions as they are operating in a high-risk environment. Just as one would step gingerly on thin ice to avoid falling through, people should exercise prudence and make well-informed choices when they find themselves in a precarious situation. In summary, treading on thin ice is a metaphorical phrase that signifies being in a risky or delicate situation where the margin for error is minimal. It serves as a warning to exercise caution, make informed decisions, and be mindful of one's actions to avoid potentially negative consequences. Whether in personal relationships or professional endeavors, this expression emphasizes the need for careful navigation in fragile or unstable circumstances.